Yes, it's a wonderful day. It's 318, then 319 came this morning with what? The big breakout on the SOXX index. Let us not forget that we called the very bottom, and this is a semiconductor ETF. Let's make that clear. And we had a $17 break up again on the Friday action. That 50-day is a death cross. It crossed over the 100-day. That 50-day, even though that we rallied in that 4-day period and we traded the SOXX, the chip sector leads bull rallies higher and they lead them lower. We invite you to trade volatility with us. Yeah. We're just getting started in 2022 volatility. You haven't seen nothing yet. There's one thing, though, that you can depend on, and that would be the 5-day rally review. When we called the very bottoms of this calendar 5-day rally oversold condition, and we did. And all of the trades are right here. They're all live, just like the ones you've been reviewing, and they've all paid during this week. Was a good payday for the bulls as it was, and everything is updated right here, and they're all live, and every breakout is there. Now on that Philadelphia SOX index, remember the ETFs trade really well when you get a 5-day rally off of the low, and now we're hitting a wall of resistance. So now the big cautionary flag comes up in volatility. Let us not forget one thing, my friends. When you take the length of that top reversal to that swing low reversal up in that last calendar 5-day period, is simply testing the downtrend. But the longer term downtrend and the bear volatility still remains in the market. It's just is not as severe as it was. So all cautionary flags go out. And if the SOX ETF, then that's going to be tied to the Philadelphia chip sector, which looks identical to that ETF. They move together. So when we call the breakout trading that chip sector, they lead these bull rallies higher, but they also lead bull rallies lower. Okay. It's been that way for 35 years in the chip sector with me trading it. And I can just tell you right now that cautionary flags are at that point where the market now has to show us that we could take that, close above that 200 and that 50, and you have a slight 50-day crossover. The suspicion is, yes, it was a great oversold bounce, but the real suspicion is, why is that 50-day moving average continuing to decline, even though that we've gone up 4 days in a row? It was a very oversold short cover monster rally within a long-term bear trend that got into 2022 tape. But let me just tell you, when the SOX goes higher, NVIDIA was our biggest play. Yes, it was. And we told everyone to get in on the 210 calls, and that we did. And that goes in this sector right here. So remember, you got to know the stocks in the sector that's going to push the ETF higher, and that's the one that has the biggest intraday breakout. You have the SMH, semiconductor holders, same thing, 50 cross over the 200. You have the XSD, semiconductor component, getting up to its downward trend channel right there, testing that wall of resistance. And listen, I just tell you right now about this sector, and here's that SOX index once again. Remember, the chip sector leads bull rallies higher, and they tremendously will take and lead bear rallies lower. The short sellers were enjoying this market until the last 4-day bottom. They overstayed. Now the markets are trying to rebalance their trend. They have all of the headlines out of the way. I don't need to go into that. I only listen to the chart. The headlines don't matter to me. No. Trade the chart, not the headlines. Okay, that's number one. Number two, listen and sign up for the free 5-day trial. Learn how to take the ETFs. Learn how to buy the SOXX, the SMH, and the XSD. Join our ETF trading today. Know when to sell. We sold out based on the fact that we wanted to bank our profits going into resistance, and that we did because the volatility never left.